way to lock up your hands, but I would call it a mistake on the part of the person on the bottom. But sometimes, you know, you're just desperately grabbing and trying to defend the armbar, and you just end up with, you grab the wrist, right? So yeah, he either grabs this or the other way. Doesn't matter, right? Now, the idea here is, Jeff Alexander doesn't like this, but the idea here is like when he has this, his knuckles are exposed. So I can take his hand and quickly bend it into a wrist lock. And yeah, he either taps from the wrist lock, which also is a mistake, or he gives up the arm, which is the better, like, horn of the dilemma, because escaping from the armbar, he still has a whole bunch of time before I sit back, right? So he should give up the arm and then look to escape as I'm taking the hand. Same with the other side, right? If he grabs the other way here, right? Again, I can hook in here, grab his knuckles. Now this one is a more, a tighter wrist lock because I've got the elbow controlled, so I can pull in here, and even if he lets go, I can just stay here and finish this if I want, right? But that's, when I catch the hands locked up like this, I'll almost always just go for a quick wrist lock, usually with the idea that I'm gonna take the arm, but occasionally people tap Jeff, right? And get mad at me for wrist locking them. But I'm not really trying to wrist lock you unless, you know, you wanna go that way, but I really wanna get the arm, so I wanna separate, right? So yeah, if you really wanna be mean, you can attack the wrist really hard, right? If I really wanted to attack this, I would pull this in, cross here, and then I have better control of that elbow. He can still kind of shimmy out, but again, this goes on really fast. I'm just looking for a quick separation right there. So, but you got to learn to read the defense, right? If they give you this option, you're like, oh, look at those knuckles. I'm just going to push on those knuckles, right? He grabs the other way, right? Because I know this is wrong because you're only using the strength of one hand to defend. When you put your hands together in a gable grip or an S grip or something, you have the strength of both hands working together, right? When you grab a wrist, you're just working with the strength of one hand, right? So it's by definition less strong grip, right? So try not to do this unless it's your only choice. But from here, it's very easy to convert to palm. You just turn this hand, and yeah, we'll go, right? You just turn this hand towards, and then yeah, and then you can immediately go into this, and then I have to go through more stuff to break that open, right? So, but you just drill this a little bit, doing the wrong grip, right? And then come here, catch the knuckles, pull back a little bit. Don't go too fast, right? Just use that to break the grip. 1, 2, 3.